Hello everybody, Ryan from Jedi Dropouts here. Just a quick note before we get into the interview. Because of busy schedules, varying locations, and the variety of crowd sizes over this past weekend, the audio quality in these Atlanti-Con interviews is not quite up to our usual standard. And beyond that, the quality between interviews will fluctuate a little bit as well. That being said, I truly love how these interviews came out, and I once again would like to thank each and every one of our wonderful guests for appearing on the show. Okay, I've said my little piece. Let's get on to the interview already. Welcome to Jedi Dropouts. I'm your host Ryan Taylor, and I'm here live at Atlanti-Con 7 in Corner Brook, Newfoundland. And I'm here with my first guest interview of the weekend. I'm here with Mr. Kyle Callahan.
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad, man. Thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Now, Kyle, tell the people at home a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Okay, so I take pictures.
Yep.
I take pictures of my toys.
Yes.
Right? So
which sounds weirder than it actually is. Sounds weird out of context.
Right? But I try to mix pop culture with the local scenery, using toys and action figures, using techniques like forced perspective.
Yes.
For majority of it, but I'm also doing Photoshop work. People know my Godzilla one is two photos of one, but it's still all toys.
Exactly. Even if you're not familiar with the work, but you are in Newfoundland, primarily St. John's, you've definitely seen the Godzilla in the harbor. That's made its rounds.
That's my staple. Yeah.
Yeah, and even the other one with the yellow belly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've gotten quite the name for yourself around. This is the first time we've met, but I've known your name for years now.
I don't know how it happened.
It just kind of took off, right?
People run into me in the shops you're the guy that does this. And what did I do?
So the shop Invasion.
Yeah.
Now that if I'm not mistaken, that's a collective of a couple of other artists and vendors, right?
Well, the majority of it is myself.
Yes.
And my business partner, Jerry Burt, who's in charge of Batty Vinyl.
Yes, Batty Vinyl.
And we do it a little like a collaboration, but we're also bringing in other local products.
Okay, yeah.
From around the area, right?
Yep, yep. And now, you guys are still located at Potsy Row, or have you made the move yet?
No, we're closed as of Friday.
Okay.
Yesterday, right? And we got everything moved, or pretty much we got everything here for Atlanti-Con.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But we're hopefully, fingers crossed, we're gonna be opening up on the 4th at 114 Duckworth.
Okay.
That's across the street from Portobello's.
Okay, yeah.
So,
that's almost, if I'm not mistaken, that's near the what's the hempware shop down there?
Yeah. Or Breen's Convenience. Is it Breen's Convenience?
Okay, yeah.
And then there's right next door to us, legit, is what's the tattoo studio there? Not Rebel Tattoo. But anyways, and there's also the Cat Cafe, which is also a couple doors down too.
It's a good location.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys are going to have more of your own space.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Well, we got a little extra space.
Yeah.
But it's just street level is what we were going for.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
At first we were 4 stories.
Last time I made a visit to the shop, it kind of winded me.
Yeah.
Worth it, but
people come up and they seem desperate because they're they came across the desert and all that.
Yeah, that's why you get them at their lowest, most desperate point,
right?
And then you try and sell them, right, when they're vulnerable. It's a marketing ploy. So how did you get started with this? How does one get started in toy-based photography? I guess is a good way to put it.
Well, I guess it started when I did graphic design at Kona.
That makes sense,
right?
Yeah.
And there was a few photography courses because I liked photography, but I wasn't big into it.
Okay, yeah.
And we had to do a few projects, learn depth of field and aperture and all that stuff. So I used to bring toys and shit to the studio and just do portrait style or whatever, or still life, I should say. And there's a final project we had to do, and I wanted to work on my Photoshop skills, and it is the Godzilla in the harbor.
Yeah.
And I did that because it's a personal project, because I'm a huge Godzilla fan. So since the 90s, or like 1990 or 89.
Yeah.
And it just blew up, like the reactions it got. So then I got in contact, May Dalton from Sci-Fi and the Rock saw me at there was like a craft fair at the school, and said, you should come out to Sci-Fi and the Rock. And we got Artist Alley and all that. And I was like, yeah, all right, I'll give it a shot. So like, I had a few extra pieces. Mostly is all studio based, but like the Godzilla, and I think I had Jay and Silent Bob on Water Street. Stuff like that. And the reactions it got really took off.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's fantastic, man. I love the Jay and Silent Bob show too. We're big Kevin Smith fans here, right?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Now you might hear a little bit of background noise in the recording. We are, live for the first time, not at a home studio, so there's going to be people milling around and so on. As far as Atlanti-Con or conventions in general go, is this your first Atlanti-Con, or have you been out here? No, I'm
veteran here now.
Yeah. This is actually my first time.
Oh, is it?
This is my first convention of any sort.
Get out.
So I'm popping my convention cherry, I guess you could say.
Cool.
Yeah. So how long have you been coming to these things? I guess since this took off, or maybe prior to?
I think I was in the second or third Atlanti-Con.
Okay.
How long? What long is this?
We're at 7 now.
7. I started at 2012.
2012, yeah.
So.
So, were you like? Where? I forgot to ask. Where are you from or based out of?
Oh, I'm on the East Coast. Mount Pearl.
Yeah, Mount Pearl. Okay.
Which people that don't know is next door to St. John's.
Yeah. As far as the geek community, the geek culture in Newfoundland goes, I think we've got like sort of a thriving scene here. Like it's small, but the people who are involved are very engaged and they're very vocal about it, right?
Enthusiastic.
Oh yeah, that's right? The word I'm looking for. Yeah. No, absolutely. And for such a small place to have multiple cons, like as you mentioned, Sci-Fi and the Rock.
Yeah.
And is Avalon Expo still?
Avalon Expo's still a thing.
Yeah, I know they had some.
And there's a bunch of other ones too. Like there's the Buren Expo. Gander got one now.
Gander Geek Fest, right?
Gander
Like it's kind of crazy. I mean, Newfoundland's not that big a spot.
No,
to have that many cons, right?
But I do have a concern for oversaturation.
Yes,
right.
That's a good point.
You just mellow it out, but like I love the fact that there is so much on the go, so much enthusiasm, and people want to do this and do that. So it's all great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I'm new to the con scene, as I mentioned, but just the sense of community is fantastic. Everyone just is so like, especially with some of the stuff that's going on in politics and stuff today, like everyone's just so positive and welcoming. Yeah,
it's passionate, right?
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So just gonna leave it on one note here. Like here at Jedi Dropouts, what we thrive on is geeking out.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at you wearing a Mecha Godzilla shirt here. I'm seeing a Godzilla sleeve, like half sleeve peeking out from underneath. A little bit of Mothra going on there. What's your favorite Godzilla movie?
Oh, probably
geek out with us here.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Monster Zero.
Yeah.
So it came out in '67 or '68. Anyway, it's the first and only movie where Godzilla goes into space. So like, out of all like the sci-fi genre movies, or like for Godzilla, like that's the most sci-fi in my books, because just aliens, they take them up this outer space to Planet X, and then they got to fight King Ghidorah, which is all a ruse.
King Ghidorah is my jam. That is my favorite.
I'm stoked for the new movie.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see that.
I've watched it like 8 times, like back to back, and I had my girlfriend there. And I was like, "Come here, Victoria!"
I got chills the first time I watched that trailer.
Right.
And like they're bringing in Mothra, I think Rodan, too, right? Yeah. Man, gonna be good.
But I didn't like how they call them Titans.
Yeah.
Instead of Kaiju, but I guess they're trying to like steer away from Pacific Rim.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Because they don't want to. I don't think they're going to have the little collision or tie-in.
Yeah. So thanks again for being on the show here today. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And great to meet you.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
So for anyone listening who isn't familiar, again, you can check out Kyle's work at Invasion, which, what was it, 114?
Yeah, 114 Duckworth.
Opening...
Hopefully the 4th of October.
Yeah, and that's in St. John's, Newfoundland. And of course, you can always check out his work at any of the cons around the island. Do you guys have a website or anything like that?
Not for Invasion. I got my own.
Yeah,
it's KyleCallahan.ca.
But you do you have a website with like merch set up or
just on Facebook.
Just on Facebook
and Instagram.
Yeah.
So just look us up.
Yeah,
Invasion NFLD.
Yeah. Invasion NFLD. Kyle Callahan. That'll be it. Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah.
And what we say here is something drop out.
Something drop out. Later.
This has been a Jedi Dropouts production.